Hey there, YouTubers. Today I'm making a video up about the swag that I bought. We're going to load the swag up on the bike and we're going to go and give it a test drive. So I'm just going to go out to a rest area just close by here, probably Gin Gin rest area, that's what I'm thinking. And we're just going to set the swag up, camp the night and see how it goes. Now, like the first video, I'm going to say the things that I like about it, what I don't like about it, but we're going to give this swag a test drive. This will be the very first time I have ever slept in a swag. I've never been in one, so this is the first swag I've ever bought. So let's load the bike up and let's give this thing a go. Okay, so this swag has been rolled up. It has the mattress in it and it has my sleeping bag in it. And the first thing that I got to say I'm not real keen about the swags is the sheer size of them. Now I reckon you could probably roll it up smaller than this, somebody who's more experienced, and I'll give it a go tomorrow morning when I wake up and pack everything up. I'll try and roll it up smaller, but this is just a single man swag and they are actually quite bulky. So let's put it on the bike. Oh, so that's the swag it's on. As you can see, it does take up a fair bit of room. It's actually not a bad backrest. Now, admittedly, this is all your bedding. It's your mattress, it's your tent, it's a sleeping bag, it's everything rolled up in one. So the panniers look a bit hard to get to. You can still get into them. Give you a look from behind. So that's the look from it behind. It doesn't actually stick out that far past the panniers. So now I'm not going to be taking anything out there to cook. I'll eat something before I leave, and I won't leave till later on this afternoon. It is going to be quite cool. I'd say it will be below 10 degrees Celsius. Probably heading towards the 5 degrees, so for me anyway it's going to be quite cool. So we're going to get to see what this thing's like. Okay, so here we are guys, we're at the Gin rest area, and I'm setting up camp for the night. So we'll see how we go. So there we go guys, it's set up. The one good thing about a swag is that they are quick to set up. Well, good morning YouTubers. Here we are the following morning. So the big question is, what was it like? Well, they are very cozy. There's not a lot of room in them. When I first got in it, I did up the fly screen, and then I did up the outside canvas, and I got to admit, your body heat heats them up really quick. It's actually quite surprising how fast your body heat heats up the swag inside. So for most of the night I unzipped the canvas part of it and just slept with the fly screen zipped up, and that was much better. Allowed the cool air in. When you first, with the canvas up, it gets quite claustrophobic actually. Anyone who suffers from confined spaces, claustrophobia, I would not recommend getting one of these things. But it wasn't until the early hours of the morning it started to spit rain that I zipped the canvas side of it up again, and it wasn't too bad. You got absolutely no room to sit up in. You sleep in it and that's it. You can't sit up and do anything. It's hard to look at the screen on your mobile phone. So that's how it was for me on the first night. I got a dry bag here. I put my jackets in there. My jeans went in there, but I had nowhere to put my helmet and other stuff like the tripod for the camera. Yeah, if you were in a four-wheel drive or a car or something like that, these things would be pretty ideal, especially if you've got one of those awnings, because at least then you've got some place you can throw all the stuff, keep your stuff locked away. So I'm just gonna sit here for a while, relax, and then I'll pack it up. I'll see if I can roll it up into a smaller bundle this time. And we'll just see how it goes. Now, in my first video about this swag, there were a lot of people making comments that they're not a swag, they're just a small one-person canvas tent. And then other people were saying, no, they're swags. So I decided to Google what a swag is and what a tent is, to see what the difference. Anyway, it turns out, and you can all Google this and look it up, but the swags originated in Australia back in, say, the 1800s, and what they were was a waterproof canvas sleeping bag that had all their bedding inside it, and it'd roll up into a bundle like that. And they would and the swagmen, as they were called, would go from property to property looking for work, and the swag was essentially their home. Now, these here are what they call a modern day swag. Now, the big difference that I could see between a swag and a tent is that your swag has your mattress in it, your bedding, whether that's blankets or a sleeping bag, and that is rolled up in one unit, just like what you see there. So with a tent, basically with a tent, you pull all your bedding out, everything gets pulled apart, and you got your fly, it gets rolled up separately from the tent. Your tent gets rolled up and all your bedding gets all placed in it's all put separately. So from what I can see, that's what makes a swag, is that it rolls up with all the bedding in it. So anyway, I imagine there's going to be a few comments about that, but yeah, there's a lot in Google. If you Google it, there's a lot in there about swags and tents, and it's a little bit vague. They sort of, you could call it a tent, and you know, but yeah, but essentially that's basically what I could find out. So anyway, guys, that about concludes my review on this swag. XTM, I think it is, swag. Get it from BCF. And yeah, hope you've enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the next video.